Alright, occasionally here at weaponstencils.com we'll throw up one of these product review videos, and my main reason for doing this video is that when I was shopping around for these belts, there wasn't a whole lot of reviews online about the Volund Gearworks micro battle belt, especially nothing on YouTube. There were a couple written reviews, however, you know, you guys kind of take those for what they're worth. You can't really see much about it. So I'm going to throw this up and hopefully give you a little bit of information about this in case you're looking to purchase one. Obviously, this video we're referring to the Volund Gearworks 2-inch micro battle belt. I would say, as of right now, at least with the people I work with, the most common competitor would be the Ronin micro battle belt, which is a little different just in some of the ways that it's built, but that's definitely, I would say, the competitor. HSGI has, I think, a micro they came out with now, as well as their full-size battle belt, the Sure Grip, which is what I'm actually coming from. That's what I used before in my tactical operations. However, I'm going to this as part of an all-in-one belt I can wear and do just about anything with. It's a little less bulky too, which is a benefit. Anyway, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. I got two belts here, and that's something we're going to go over as well. I have a medium and a large. I've been wearing the large, however I'm selling this to a buddy because it's just a little bit too big on me. It overlaps a little too much, and we'll talk about that. And then we have the medium, which is going to be my new belt. So, starting at the front here, I like the way this buckle is set up. It's a micro Cobra buckle. It's not the large one. So, you know, if you do bend forward or you're sitting in the car or whatever while you're wearing this, and you're not pinching your gut on the larger one here, it's pretty much completely covered by the belt in the background, as you can see. So I like that. It is smaller, it means it weighs less as well. The build of the belt specifically, if you can see, is very thick and rigid. They advertise this belt as being a very stiff duty belt, which is what drew me to it. I did not want a loose belt that was flopping all over the place. I like the idea of a stiff belt that I can wrap around my waist. And this is fairly new still. I only had this for a few months, so it's not broken in yet. I assume after, you know, a year or so of wearing it, or even maybe 4, 5, 6 months, depending on how often you wear it, it's going to break in and loosen up. Got the tape measure here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see this, but it's just under a quarter or half of an inch thick from front to back. You're talking about, I don't know, like 7/16 or so. That being said, this is a Safariland ALS holster. And with the belt mount, most belts are going to feed through these loops. However, this belt is thick and stiff. You can kind of see how it bent the belt. I had to take a Dremel to these slots and open them up quite a bit in order to get this belt through. And right now it's really stiff. Like, that holster ain't moving a whole lot on there, especially sliding back and forth. But yeah, I had to take a Dremel on both sides and really open up the slots in order to fit this belt through here. The other main feature about this belt that sets it apart from the Ronin, let's say, is the vertical MOLLE feature. Obviously, you have these thin MOLLE straps that run along the top and bottom horizontally that you're going to mount all your gear to. However, having this as an option is pretty cool. Whether I think I might end up mounting like a tourniquet back here in a horizontal position, since I have some extra real estate. That being said, the horizontal MOLLE themselves are incredibly tight. This thing is well built. I mean, they're obviously all handmade. You know, the guy that does it has to take only a certain number of orders a week, just because I'm sure he's sitting in his shop sewing 7 days a week trying to catch up all the time. So some time really goes into these as well, and they're handmade, they're not mass produced, and the quality check is there right by the guy who makes them. So that being said, this is very stiff. I almost had, when I was feeding some of these pouches through the MOLLE, I had to take a flathead screwdriver, especially for this like Blue Force gear pouch, where the the Whisper Sync or whatever it's called straps, MOLLE straps, are real thin and flexible. I had to take a flathead screwdriver to kind of make some room to push those through. The vertical MOLLE is even stiffer, or more, I guess, tighter, I should say. It's a single piece of webbing. Man, to get something through there, you're definitely going to put your work into it. Let's talk about how this thing attaches to you. So I wear a hook underbelt, so like the rough side of Velcro, and this has the option, which I selected, to put the loop Velcro on the inside. So this will sit and attach to my inner belt with no need for keepers or anything like that. It will stay in place. You can add keepers. Obviously, they're going to have to be a little bit bigger than a normal set of keepers because they got to get around the thickness of this belt. But I don't wear them. So I'm not going to sit here and model it for you guys. I don't think you guys need to look at my waistline in order to get the idea of how this thing works. But basically, this slides around the back. Like I said, this belt is a little large on me, which is the reason for all of the overlap. That makes it sit thicker on your waist and push off the front of my waist a little bit. It's the reason I'm selling it and going with the medium. This is the male end of your Cobra. Now when I got this, I actually had, this strap was weeded through this portion of vertical MOLLE. It's supposed to be up here really, and this little one-way kind of buckle here, this tri-glide, should be up here, but because I had to overlap it so much because it was too big, I had to push all that back, so I lost a lot of this real estate when I actually put it on. And you can put this on and kind of give this a tug a little bit, and that'll cinch it up the rest of the way. However, that strap really doesn't move, so once you get it set where you like, you can really just disregard that. The other issue I had with this being too large is this tail. Obviously, it's flapping all over the place. I could tuck it in, that's no big deal. If I was going to keep it, I probably would have cut it and just burnt the edge, just like what he did here. That wouldn't have been a big deal. But overall, it sits really well on the waist. It is stiff, so it feels like a duty belt if you're used to wearing one of those. If you're used to just wearing a soft-sided belt, then this might not be the one for you. There is a spot, I'm going to show you on the other one because it's easier. There is a piece of webbing, a loop, that's back here on this side that the belt feeds through if you want it to before you buckle it. I don't find that completely necessary when I'm wearing it. One, it's kind of hard because it's so tight. It's kind of hard to push it in there when it's on your waist, and I really don't find a need for it. Anyway, maybe with the medium I will. I don't know. It is helpful for storing it though, because as you can see now, this thing kind of wants to do that when I'm storing it. But if I fed it through that loop, it would stay in a nice circle. Just small things. As far as what I have on here, and the way the reason I like it is because everything's going to MOLLE now. Most of your pouches, are all going to be. You can all find them in MOLLE, the better ones at least. So it helps when it comes to how you want to set your stuff up. I got a taco pouch here for my flashlight, and these two pouches are S-TAC Kiwi for handgun and rifle mags. Some old radio pouch. Blue Force Gear dump pouch. This thing's pretty sweet. I like this thing. If you're not carrying really heavy stuff all the time and you're only using your dump pouch occasionally for like half-empty mags and stuff, that's a pretty neat one. Very low profile. And we already went over the ALS holster that I had to modify, and another Blue Force Gear handcuff pouch. This isn't technically, it is a MOLLE pouch, I guess. It attaches okay. I'm curious to see how long the elastic holds up. Anyway, let's do some measurements since this is the medium here. Let's see what the difference is in actual lengths. All right, I know you guys can't see this. I'm measuring from the very tip of the female end of the Cobra all the way down to the very end. And I got exactly 34.5 inches. So that's from here all the way to here is 34.5 inches on the medium. Now in comparison, let's talk about the large. difficult because I got all this stuff on it, but the large goes up to 47 inches. That's a significant difference. You're talking, wow, almost 13 inches between the medium and the large. You can see the sizes are all marked by pen there on the label inside the belt. So that's a big difference. But like I said, on this large belt, I did have really an extra, once I cinched this down the way it was, I mean from here, I had from about here to here. That's all extra I did not need. So the medium seems like it's going to fit fine. Shouldn't be a big deal. I don't think he really takes returns because everything's custom ordered. However, you shouldn't have a problem selling this. The major issue with ordering these is that you're not going to get it for a while. The large, the first one I ordered originally took me 7 weeks from the day I ordered to the day I got it at my door. This one, the medium, I just got it today, and I think it only took, I want to say 4 weeks, maybe 5. Not as bad. Pricing, they're expensive. You're talking anywhere in the range of around $170 to $185 after shipping. It's definitely expensive. I'm selling my HSGI Sure Grip belt, which I should be able to get some money for, as well as some other stuff, so that kind of funded my purchase here and kind of justified why I spent this much money. However, this is also now going to be my duty belt and my tactical operations belt. As a police officer, I can wear this belt in uniform, and I can also wear it during tactical operations. I don't have to switch back and forth, 2 different belts, gear in different spots. All my gear is in the same spot. It helps for training, doesn't create scars, and I personally like that. Everyone's got their own differing opinion, and I'm sure I'll get some comments below that completely disagree with me, but whatever. It's my opinion, that's the way I like it, that's what I'm gonna do. It's my shit. So anyway, I think that covers just about everything. Like I said, the lead time is definitely significant because they all are handmade. Specifically the 2-inch micro battle belt like this, he only lists for sale on Mondays, I think at noon or something. And I've seen them sell out as quick as 3 p.m. and I've seen them stay on there until Tuesday. However, usually by the end of Monday, they are sold out and you will have to wait until the following week to order. So to kind of sum it all up, I mean, it is an expensive belt. It is an investment that you have to make. I personally am glad that I made it. I do like all the features about it. I think it offers a little bit more than the rest of them. The competitors may be slightly cheaper, and I'm not saying they're an inferior product. I've seen them, the Ronin specifically and HSGI, they make very good products. That's not the issue. But you know this one's going to be handmade pretty much, I think, by the same guy. And you know, they're all very well quality. The stitching's all, I don't see, when you get something handmade, you kind of almost expect to see some of the thread frays and, loose threads and stuff, and maybe things that got rushed that really didn't get finished, and it's not a big deal, but you notice it. Everything in here is literally perfect. I really did not have any issues or have to make any modifications to this thing when I got it. I was very impressed with the quality. Oh, and I suppose since I measured everything and told you how everything fits me, I should probably tell you a little bit about myself. I pretty much wear either a 34 or 36 inch waist pants. It really depends on the cut of the pants and everything else. I'm not by any means a twig of a guy. I'm like 6'2", anywhere between 205 and 220, depending on what month it is and how much I ate. So for the most part, I wear 34, 36 inch pant. And like I said, the large was it was big. Like some of the guys I work with were even like, yeah, it's a little big on you. They could even notice how much it was kind of sagging off me a little bit. I think I'll be much happier with the medium, and I'll free up some of this space here in the front. I'll have less room all the way around, obviously. However, I'm freeing up, on this side, this space, because I won't have to kick this thing all the way back and wrap the front all the way around like that. It'll be pretty much right where it is now. I tried it on, and that's right where it's going to sit. I only have that much overlap. So it's definitely a crapshoot. You definitely want to take your measurements and do it the right way, because you can't return it unless you get lucky like me and have somebody who's a little bit bigger than you who can manage to buy one off you or smaller. So check out the suggestions that he gives you in the comments on the website. It's volundgearworks.com. This is the 2-inch micro battle belt. He also just came out with a newer option that doesn't have a Cobra buckle. It's got like a standard plastic belt buckle that you would see like the bigger ones that you see on like Safariland duty belts, and it doesn't have vertical MOLLE. I'm not sure if there's a huge other difference. However, I know the Cobra is not cheap, so I know a lot of the increased price in this version comes from that, and I'm sure this takes a lot of time as well. I want to say the other newer version, the simpler one, is down in like the 120, 125 range. And that's about it. If you guys have questions, leave them below. If I can help you out or answer anything or send you a picture or something, I realize there's not much out there about this one. So, all right, thanks a lot for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want. I do put out gear reviews occasionally, as well as, you know, my company updates and stuff like that, and a few things here and there. So I don't bombard your inbox with videos or emails, but some of them can be useful, and some of them are just terrible, probably like this one. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.